Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about homeschooling in the state of New Hampshire, and we're going to start out with a HSLDA website, which if you have legal questions, you can join and become a member and they will help you with those sort of things. I think it costs only around $10 or $12 a month, and you can always look here to see if there's any updated information about legal requirements to be able to homeschool in the state of New Hampshire. So, and this is what it says right now, and you could read some of it. I'm not going to read all of it, but it says that parents are required to file an initial notice with a participating agency in the following situations. So it tells you have 5 days and if you move to a new school district and what the notice must include. So, and you can read this at their website. It also mentions the required subjects that you're supposed to teach. It also says that you're supposed to keep good records and that one of the things it mentions is keeping a portfolio. And if you're keeping a portfolio, some of the things you might put in there is like if you're taking a placement or assessment test at the beginning of the year to create a goal of what you'd like to teach your students. Your state homeschool laws printed out with a date on it, copies of any forms filed and proof that you filed them, maybe a couple of calendars for attendance records. When you're brainstorming your favorite websites, resources, workbooks, things like that, you might want to keep a list of those. And then the actual list of resources that you're going to use for the year. And like online curriculum and a workbook, a list of field trips you'd like to take, and maybe you could then put a list of the resources that you actually use and the list of the field trips you actually take, or you could highlight the ones you do. And then you can look back at the other ones next year and see which ones you're interested in. You can print out the contents from web pages like IXL and workbooks to show the curriculum and the list of activities the students will be doing in each subject. Sample student work. You might want to do like 2 pages of each subject a week. It's up to you. You could choose whether you want to showcase their best work or show progressive work or show a variety of skills. It just depends on which type of portfolio you'd like to do. And it's important to have your students take part in that so that they can look back with pride on their work. And you might even want to have your students create their own portfolio because they might want to showcase their best work, or you might want to show a variety of skills, and then you have a keepsake. Proof of any field trips taken, leaflet, flyer, put the date on it, have them write a paper about it, maybe take a photo or some videos, a weekly schedule, daily log of activities like day 1, the date, the time you're starting each subject, the name of the subject, the name of the website or the book they're using, and the activity that they're doing, and then the end, what time you end the school day each day. That way you have like day 1, day 2, and the dates, and you can see the hours and the days and all the work they've done throughout the year. If they've done any standardized tests that they take yearly, you might want to put a copy of that in there. If you give them tests throughout the year, like spelling tests or timed multiplication tests or anything like that, if they evaluate themselves and do a self-evaluation, if you do assessments for them every now and then and write notes about their work and how they're doing, and you might want to do an assessment for each subject every 6 to 8 weeks and one at the year end. But if there's anything negative, like they're having trouble with reading, you want to throw a positive spin on that and say they have a excellent attitude, even though they might be behind on it. And then later on, when they're doing better, you can say they were behind on this, but they had such a great attitude that they were able to overcome it, and now they're excelling. If they do volunteer work, you could create certificates for people to fill out for you, or if they have classes outside of the home. Your contacts with emails, phone numbers, addresses for the school or homeschool support groups. If you do career study field trips, you might have them create a list of questions like the education that people needed and the daily tasks that they use, if they use a computer, if they have to meet deadlines, if they have to have problem solving skills, organization skills. And then you can have the student ask the questions and write a paper, see if they will let them create audio or video footage for the student to review it. And this might help your students to create career goals and education goals. It might just help them even with just interviews later and their communication skills. So it's important to keep good records. And this says that you need to keep the portfolio for 2 years. You might want to keep it forever though. You are to evaluate your children annually. And this tells you how you're supposed to evaluate them. One could be that you could have a teacher review their portfolio and give them a written evaluation of their progress. Another one probably is taking a national standardized test. And it lists some other ways, and you can read that for yourself. You can pause the video and read it, or you could go to the website and read it. It also mentions notifying the Department of Education if you graduate your student before the age of 18. And then there's the New Hampshire Department of Education. I guess I should mention you could go here and see if there's any updated information at HSLDA. And this is the State Department of Education. And it has steps to how to enroll your child in education. And it has links. And you can go to that website to click on the links if you like. Or you can pause it to read it. And there's names and emails and phone numbers. And this website has assessment tests. So if you want to give your students assessment tests at the beginning of the year to see how they're doing, well, this one has math, science, language arts. And I'll show you one of them. So you can have them do this assessment test, and you'll be able to see if they're, making small mistakes. You shouldn't go over them with them, or if they're having a little bit of trouble with something that they might need to review. And if you see them struggling with something, and you can see that they've gotten to the point where that's the level they're on because of how much they're struggling, and you can tell if it's small mistakes or if they're struggling. And then you can create a goal and a plan of what you want to teach them that year. And they may not be on the same level in math as they are in reading or English. So these will help you to create a goal. And this website is, if you've never homeschooled before and you're trying to organize and create a list of books that you have or what you need to homeschool, and make a list of your favorite curriculum that you found online, and you're not sure which ones you're going to use and you're trying to brainstorm, you can make a list that looks like this with the different headings, and you can choose your own types of headings. And then you can see if you want to use PE, might be bowling, or it could be swimming lessons from the YMCA, it could be yoga, and you can make a list of their field trips or magazine subscriptions and things like that. So, and then when you decide exactly what you want to use, you can create another list and put maybe the workbook there. If they're going to be using like an internet website like iExcel for 3 hours a day, and then maybe they're going to be using a workbook for that's a complete curriculum as well for an hour a day, and then maybe you're going to be doing different things different days. You might be having field trips some days. Wednesday afternoons might be your teaching them 4-H life skill type classes, like cooking Wednesday afternoons for a month, and then the next month might be sewing Wednesday afternoons, and another one might be checking the oil on the car and changing a tire. It just depends on their age. And then Friday afternoons might be for playing board games like Scattergories or chess or things like that that are educational, or reading, and or they could be reading their magazines that are about science and history. So you can use this to help you create your schedule. And then you'll need another page for the schedule that you put in your binder and portfolio. And this is a homeschool attendance record, and you can see where I've got this off the website, and you can download a couple of them, one for what days you think you're going to have school. And then if something happens, like even public schools have snow days and things happen, so then you can have an extra one for the days you actually do have school, and the days you have field trips, and the days you have holidays, so that you can keep records of that in your binder. And this is IXL. So if you're doing your daily log and you're putting day 1 and the date and the time and the subject, and then maybe you'll put math and IXL. And then when you go to put the activity that they're doing, you can see like counting review up to 10. That is the activity. So you can see skip counting by twos, and that is an activity, so that you can list the activities that they're doing in your daily log, so that you have that. And that shows the number of days, and it shows the hours that you taught them and they were doing their schoolwork. And this is Khan Academy. And CIXL is like $20 a month, I believe, but I just love the way it's easy to print out the curriculum. And this is Khan Academy, and it is complete curriculum as well. And it is free for everyone, everywhere at this time. I don't know when you're viewing this video, if it's still the same. And it goes from pre-K all the way up to college classes. And it's supposed to be an excellent website. And then we have AllinOneHomeschool.com, which is also supposed to be free at this time. So you can donate if you want, or you can click cancel on the donate and use it. And it uses a variety of websites. Like you can click, if you're doing your student work, they'll click one page to do reading here and there, and then they might click another page to do math, and then they might click another page that has math games, and another page for history, for watching videos. And then you can have a discussion with them about the videos and put that in your daily log. Like they watched a history, they watched a Paul Bunyan video and where they did it. And you could put AllinOneHomeschool.com as the website, or the other link, and then you could put you had a discussion about it. So, and then Schoolhouse Rock. This is not complete curriculum. It is just to add to your curriculum, and it shows the subjects. And if you need a break, or your student needs a break, it's music videos, and it's very educational. It's fun for them to sing along, and it covers the core subjects. And they learn so fast because they love singing the song. So if they're having trouble with their multiplication, or you're teaching them multiplication, you can see the subjects, and they'll sing the song and get to memorize the songs and know them by heart. And sometimes they'll remember them for years. They might even remember the songs from the time they're young till the time they're adults. And this is Grammar Rock, and you can see how it teaches you about all the different parts of speech. And American Rock, and you can see that it teaches you about the branches of government, immigration, Revolutionary War, things like that. And here's Science Rock, and there's two different science ones. There's Science Rock and Earth Rock, and it covers a variety of things. And there's Money Rock, which teaches them about finances and budgets and deficits and checks. And there's the Earth Rock, so you can see they learn so much, and it's so much fun for them while they're learning. So you can add that to your day if you like. And this is readworks.org, and this is another excellent resource that you could go look at and see if you're interested in, because you have to choose the ones you like and the ones you want to use. And this one, if you need spelling, you can see the website address, or you could Google search it because you can see the name. It's the best ed lessons and 54 spelling word lists. So if you need spelling word lists, you can go there and find it. And you can find other things on this website as well that might be useful to you. This is Project Gutenberg, and it has a lot of books. If you don't want to go to the library and you just want to go online and find a book, well, then you can go online and find a book, and you just click on it, and you click how you want to read it, and there it is. And if you do decide to go to the library, you might want to create a list of library skills and have them learn the library skills, and then you could give them a certificate of achievement for learning the library skills. So, and you could also have the librarian help you. And this is another website. It has, I don't know, 4,000 or 5,000 books. And sometimes it has different editions that came out. You just click on the book. Click you want to read the book, and there's the book, and you can just click on a page, and then you can turn the page to the right or the left in the upper right hand corner. And it's just an excellent resource, and you can zoom in and zoom out, or scroll down. But It's International Children's Digital Library. And then there's Mr. Ness Bomb, and this is also an excellent resource. It's a variety of links and subjects. So if you're trying to teach music or art or civics or some other subject, or you're trying to add on to the subjects, or you're trying to teach them about the state that you live in, this is an excellent resource, and it shows you different things that you can teach them. So you can pick and choose what you want to use out of it. And it's got so much. It's just such an excellent resource to add to your list of resources. So, and here's another resource that's excellent. This one has workbooks. You can find workbooks, complete workbooks that you can print out so you don't have to, and then you can see if you like it, because you can print out the whole book. And you can look at it before you print it out to see if you like it. And you can use those as well when you're homeschooling. Because let's see, there's year 2, practice book, pages 1 to 24. And you can see that this is a workbook so you can look and see if it's a workbook you like, or if it's something that you want to use, and you can pick and choose if you want to print some of the pages or all of the pages, or however you want to do it. I just thought this was an excellent resource. And homeschool support groups. Some are free, some cost money. I've heard the co-ops are a bit rough and a lot of work to do, but if you join a homeschool support group, you can go on field trips with other students. You might have a day at the park where they play and you have picnics. You might just find people sharing books and resources that you might need. You might have books you want to donate to other families that are homeschooling, and this would be an excellent place to find it. You might have questions about students, maybe that are going to be homeschooled in high school, and you want them to go to college, and you want to see if you can get them a high school diploma or things like that. And then people may have homeschooled for years, and they may have knowledge about questions you hadn't even thought of, and maybe you could join a homeschool support group and get answers to those questions. So anyway, I hope that this helps someone out there with their homeschooling and the information that they need. Please feel free to leave comments, and thank you for watching this video. You have a great day. Bye-bye.